being mysterious. I have no idea what's going on.
Well, as long as he's back on our side, it's enough for me.
And as long as Mr. TJ Sexist Pig is subjected to total public humiliation, that's good enough for me.
You know my girlfriend, Rambo Brickowski.
Well, desperate times require desperate women.
Where's the party and why wasn't I invited?
There's no party, just a little meeting before we go over to the Lair.
Oh, yes, the cause of women's rights in the workplace. You give him hell, darling.
No, will do, Mr. Capwell.
Well, you are in perfect hands here because you have the best attorney in the state.
Daddy, is that a catering truck in the driveway?
Oh, good, they're here.
Oh, now wait a minute. Where's the party and why weren't we invited?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Has your father developed a nervous tick?
What's with Dad? You've been putting happy pills in his orange juice or something?
Don't ask me. Ask Megan Richardson.
Am I going to find this just as funny when I get the letter saying you've been tossed out on your ear?
Dr. Masters was laughing with everyone else, Mom. He would never take a spaz just because of one little joke at his expense.
Listen, young man, I pulled a lot of strings to get you into that school, and I'd like to think you could manage to stick around until graduation.
No sweat. I got a 93 on the last test.
Really? Well, bravo.
Seems kind of a waste, though, taking French when I could be taking Italian.
Why?
Well, if you're still in Rome when school gets out, I'll have to join you there before we head off across the continent, and I won't be able to speak a word.
Listen, don't worry, because I won't still be here then.
What's the matter? You getting aboard with pasta? Oh, there's someone at the door. I better go. Hold on, I'll be right there.
Okay, sweetheart. Listen, take care of yourself, and try to restrain that mouth of yours during French class.
Okay. Talk to you soon. I love you.
I love you, too.
Hi, Greg Hughes?
Yes.
I'm with admissions at Princeton University.
All psychics go through it. It's like a gray curtain that comes down, and you can see images behind it, you just can't tell what they are. You know, sometimes it lasts for days and then just suddenly lifts, like it did for me last night. I know you and Cruz are probably getting close to giving up on me, especially Cruz. Is something wrong? If it is, it's what you wanted. Eden, it's what you knew would happen. I keep waiting for this intrusion of yours, and Cruz wants to know what's wrong with me? Well, I think it's time he realized how warped this whole thing has become. You wouldn't actually tell him, Eden. That would be a mistake. A horrible mistake. I'm glad you're back. Eden said you've been gone all day.
Where is Eden?
She went down to the beach. Probably just want to take a walk. Cruz, I'm...
Thank you.
Did my guidance counselor send you?
No, I got in touch with him, actually. This time of the year, we'd like to go around to the various Eastern prep schools and speak to the candidates who might be interested in Princeton.
I don't know what my chances are, but Princeton's definitely on the top of my list.
Well, my preliminary investigations seem to indicate that you would be quite a candidate with your scholastic record and also athletics.
The junior class has a lot of jocks this year. I've got competition.
Mm-hmm. Why, actually, are you interested in Princeton?
I figure if Brooke Shields went there, it says a lot for the female portion of the student body.
Seriously.
Well, the school has a great reputation. Everybody knows that. And a good creative writing department.
Oh, I didn't know that you were interested in writing.
It's something I'd like to explore.
I see. Are there any writers, any authors that have inspired you?
You mean besides members of my immediate family? Oh, Megan Richardson. Maybe you've heard of her.
Yes, I have, I think. She related to you?
She's my mother.
Hey, Capel, I thought I told you yesterday I was getting another lawyer.
Yes, you did.
So don't bother to hang around anymore for a drink either, because I'm also looking for a better class of customer.
Before you decide I'm not welcome, why don't you hear what I have to say?
You know, I've gotten your rap down by heart by now, and as a matter of fact, I can't believe I bought it for this long.
This has nothing to do with the sex discrimination case, except insofar as it will relieve you of that nuisance once and for all.
Really? How do we figure that?
Are you happy here, TJ?
Are you my therapist, Mason?
I mean, do you really enjoy coming in here and smelling stale cigarette smoke and beer, and wiping little wet circles off this bar?
Nasty. Well, it really isn't that bad.
No, it's really not that good either, is it? Somehow you don't strike me as a man who's built for the great indoors. Think back to those days on the slopes of Tahoe, teaching nubile young rich girls the finer points of your stem, Christie. Kind of makes your heart grab a little, doesn't it?
Yeah, well, actually, my brakes scrap occasionally, Mason, but my heart's doing just fine.
Yeah, it's not getting much of a workout lately, though, is it? Now that every girl in Santa Barbara's got your number, I'll bet you have trouble getting them to dance with you, much less do anything that'll get the old ticker pounding.
Tell me, is there, I don't know, any point to this?
Well, suppose you were to sell this bar to someone, say, me. You could move on to greener pastures and never have to look back.
Why, you almost sound like your old familiar better self. That was Sonny's style, buying bars, remember? Not yours.
This is for investment purposes only.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Investment purposes. He wants to sell it back to his younger brother is what he wants to do.
No, TJ, that's not true. Ted is out of this business for good. He doesn't even know I'm making the offer.
Sure.
Don't tell me you're not tempted.
Not in the slightest. As a matter of fact, I'd rather sell this place to Gina.
Really? How much?
Gina, come on, the last thing you need is another bar with your name on it. You barely show up to the Western Country bar.
Well, then maybe you should buy it, Bunny. I mean, after all, you're always complaining about the food. You could revamp the menu, make it Italian style.
Wait. I was the one that brought this up. Don't I get a chance to make the first offer? How does $250 sound?
How does getting serious sound?
All right, $260.
I could do you $275.
Wait a minute, Bunny, I was just kidding. You don't know anything about the restaurant business.
You serious about $275?
Yeah, I am.
Okay, you got yourself a bar. As well as a doozy of a lawsuit. Enjoy the good health.
Well, congratulations, Banni. And Julia and I will be happy to handle the closing, won't we, darling?
Did he say something about a lawsuit?
Oh, not to worry.
See, the former owner refused to hire this very qualified woman to tend bars, so we were forced to seek legal recourse.
But I'm sure if you were to adopt fair hiring practices, that the lawsuit would be dropped in the wink of an eye. Isn't that correct, Wanda?
With a capital C.
Oh, you know your way around a cocktail shaker?
Well, order a pina colada and they'll prove it.
I'll do better. I'll order 7. Come on, you might need to practice.
Gee, I gotta say, you're crazy. This is nuts, Bunny.
You're quite a negotiator.
Not bad looking, either.
Hi.
Hi.
Look, I'm sorry that I took off without saying anything. I had to get out.
I understand.
Do you?
You've done everything you could think of, you know, to get me to tell you what was wrong, and obviously the best thing to do was just to let me stew for a while.
Well, it was just so tough to do without you while you were gone, and I can't take feeling the same kind of distance now that you're back.
I'm just afraid.
Of me?
No. Your instincts were right. You knew that Sandra wasn't worth the risk, and I thought that getting Adriana back was worth anything.
Well, what's happened? Has Sandra done something?
No, it's not what she does. It's just who she is. You know, I thought in the beginning, I thought to myself, well, she's not really meaning any harm. It's not like she can do it intentionally. So it can't be that wrong, but it is wrong.
No, wait a second. Tell me what you're talking about.
She has crawled so far inside of my head that she can feel what I feel. Everything. Not just when I invite her to. At times when things that should belong only to me, to us.
Oh, I hope that isn't what I think it is.
I think she's really got what she's always wanted. She's there when we make love.
Oh, for God's sake.
No, really.
She told you that?
No, it's
She
true.
told you
It's
she was
true.
there. It's true. It's not. It's sick. Oh, I'm going to put it in.
No,
I'm putting it in.
I will tell you. Oh, God.
Goodbye, lady.
I don't know what he told you.
Save it. You and I are through talking.
Cruz, please
You
believe
got 5 minutes to get your stuff together. Please get all of it. I don't want anything of you left in this house. You understand?
Wait, before you say anything...
It's been said, darling. I just wish to God we told her to get out the first time I suggested it.
Yes.
You are Ms. Richardson, are you not?
Yes.
Then
but
I have the correct destination. With Mr. Capwell's compliments.
Hello.
Hi, I hate to complain, but my little hideaway has just been invaded by some alien being who was carrying silver trays. Would you know anything about that?
Well, it'll be a friendly takeover, I assure you.
Maybe you better tell me what you have in mind.
Oh, I thought you might like to have dinner in Paris tonight.
Paris?
Memories of that fair city inspired me, Megan. I decided to create the next best thing with a little help from my caterer. 6 o'clock too soon for me to join you, or do you need more time to get ready?
Well, what I need time for. You even fixed it so I don't have to pick out anything to wear.
What?
So now we're producing April in Paris.
You keep glowering, I'm going to send you to a hotel.
Are you going to start serenading at her window like a lovesick sheep?
Well, I was penciling that in for the weekend. Why, you think it's too much?
Amazing. You stop working and suddenly all this energy is channeled into the primitive rites of courtship.
Tough. What's the matter, honey? You a little jealous? Hmm?
Jealous? Of a little euphoria? Yeah, you're damn right I am.
Well, my goodness, Greg, I had no idea that you came from such a literary background. But, of course, I couldn't make the connection because of the difference in names.
Oh, my mother's always written under her maiden name. She feels as though it helps in separating her work from the rest of her life.
Her maiden name. Do you have any brothers or sisters?
No, it's just the two of us. My dad died about a month before I was born.
I'm sorry.
Well, we haven't gotten on too badly. You know, we've lived all over and traveled a lot.
Where do you call home now?
Well, that's kind of up in the air right now. Mom's in Italy at the moment, Rome.
Rome?
Yeah, tough life, huh? She didn't actually intend on staying so long, but she started this new book, and she didn't want to change anything after she's been writing so long. Actually, we've been racking up quite a phone bill in the meantime. I was just talking to her.
Do you have any idea what this new book is about?
Sure, she sends me each chapter after it's done. She sends it to her agent in California, and he forwards it to me here.
Oh, wow. She must think you have quite a critical eye.
Nah, she just knows that I'm her biggest fan. And she knows that I won't give away her trade secrets.
That probably means that you wouldn't give me a hint about what the new book's about.
Nothing personal. But I have this primordial fear of being disinherited.
Well, Greg, I have certainly taken up enough of your time. But I think my department will be very glad to hear that we have such excellent potential candidates for Princeton.
Well, I really hope they consider me when the time comes.
I wouldn't worry about it. Very nice meeting you.
It was a pleasure meeting you.
Mm-hmm. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Is this really what you want, never to see me again?
Please, let's not make this any worse than it already is. I don't want you talking to her, all
Well,
right?
maybe if the three of us just sat down and were really honest about everything.
That would be fine, darling, except that this woman does not know the meaning of the word.
I didn't plan this cruise. I didn't make this happen.
The hell you didn't. You've been looking for a way to come between Eden and me from the very beginning.
It occurred by accident. I didn't even realize what was happening the first time, and then I understood that it was because my connection with Eden was growing.
That's a crock. Don't tell me that. You wished for this, Sandra. You wanted this to happen.
I couldn't stop it. What would you have had me do?
I wanted you to leave. I offered to set you up at the Capitol Hotel. Anyone with a decent conscience would have taken me up on that offer before this got out of control.
Eden didn't want me to leave. She wanted me here. No, she's right. I'm just as guilty as she is. I really am.
You're going to take the blame for this now? You're going to defend this woman for this totally calculated number she's run on us, for this threat she's been ramming down our throats in the guise of hope? Put up with my intrusions, folks. Close your eyes to my sickness. Let me rob you of your privacy and your dignity. Otherwise, you'll never see your baby again. That's the drill, isn't it?
My God, Cruz, you really think I'm that heartless?
I thought you were here because you cared about my baby. It turns out you were here because you wanted to force your way into my life. It didn't work. Now get the hell out.
I don't deny the way I feel about you. I never have. But don't tell me that I don't care about Adriana. Because she's become very much a part of my life. And she is as real and warm and breathing as anybody in this room is. If I could have brought her back to you, I would have been the happiest woman on earth. Well, what have we done?
What have we done? What have we done? We almost swallowed poison, but we spit it out.
A little more pineapple, a little less coconut.
It's funny. I was going to say a little more coconut, a little less pineapple.
What were you going to say, Ted?
I was going to say it tastes just perfect.
Smart man. All right, you make them the way you want them, Bukowski. From now on, the bar is your territory.
Hey! So how does it feel to be in charge of so much territory, huh?
Oh, it feels great. I still can't believe I won. Thanks to Mason and
Yes.
Julia. Look at them. I can't wait until the wedding.
Will you accept my apology for the 20 or 30 fights we've had over this case?
If you'll accept mine.
I will. We have another challenge ahead of us, though.
A real estate closing? I don't call that challenging.
No, I was talking about the wedding plans.
Oh, that. Well, we've got the Mountain Chapel, we've got Father Sierras, and we pretty much settled on the guest list.
Well, we haven't talked about the vows, I thought. Well, we don't have to write new ones, but I thought we should make modifications on the standard ones.
What sort of modification?
Obey is out.
Obey is out. Do you want to substitute respect?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll trade you that if you will take the better, either for better or for worse.
I can see I'm marrying an optimist.
This is great. I love owning my own club.
You still going to call it the Lair?
Bunny's Lair, in honor of the new owner.
I can't believe you haven't made a phone call.
Don't.
Come on, what's Vanessa going to say when she finds out you just bought a new business?
I don't know.
Don't you care?
Yeah, sure I care.
Well, then don't you think maybe you should give her a call? You haven't called her in the last 4 days, ever since your car broke down.
Well, the garage had to order the part. You know that. These things take time.
Oh, come on, Bunny. What did you do? Let her rot in some hotel room somewhere? Doesn't sound like someone who's in the throes of passion to me.
Hey, you let me worry about my throws, okay? What happens between me and Vanessa is between me and Vanessa. She understands me.
She does? I don't believe this. You told me you had to come back to Santa Barbara to take care of family business. Are you telling me now Gina is family?
I knew you would look wonderful in black and white.
I almost didn't wear it.
Why?
Well, my mother's been letting me pick out my own clothes since I was 8. She's just sitting in the sand.
What am I supposed to do about that? I'm not gonna waste my time worrying about her anymore. I'm sorry.
I know. It's just that now that she's gone, I feel this panic. It's like we have no place to turn to. We don't have a starting point on the map. We have nobody to turn to.
Darling, that's not true. That's not true. She's not infallible. She led us down more than one blind alley, and I have reason to believe she did it on purpose.
Eden?
Eden?
What do you see? Tell me you saw something.
How could you tell him? Why did you ruin it?
You owe me, Sandra. You violated everything that was sacred to me, and I'll be damned if I'll let you think you can't tell me what's going on. Sandra!
Who am I?
Did she ask a lot of questions?
Well, I thought she'd want to know about my courses and stuff, but she seemed interested in other things.
Like what?
Well, family background mostly. We talked a lot about you, and then I told her about Dad. After she left, I started thinking about when I was little. I was always pestering you to tell me the story about when you first met him. It's a pretty good story. I don't suppose you'd want to tell it again.
Greg, you know it by heart.
Well, it's been a whole semester. Indulge me.
Okay. I was only a little older than you are right now. And I was going to school in Paris. And there was a little cafe on the left bank. Very famous, called Do May Go. And I was in there one night studying at a table. And a man came in. I thought he was the handsomest man I'd ever seen. And he came over to me and asked if he might buy me a citron press.
C'est lemonade, n'est-ce pas? I told you I was acing French.
Well, we talked, and he was so easy to confide in. And we were both a little homesick, so it was kind of fun to have somebody to laugh with. And then he asked if he could walk me back to the place where I was staying. And I said yes. And I, of course, took us home the longest route possible. Because I didn't want that night to end. And when we got to my building, there was a party going on, and music was spilling down to the street. And it was coming from some apartment upstairs.
So you started to dance?
Right in the middle of the Rue de Vaugirard. And there was even a moon. And it was like we were the only two people in the whole city.
Mom? Are you crying?
No, of course not.
We have to find her. She did see something.
Eden, she uses that.
No, she did see something. She had an image, and she was consumed by it, and she didn't have any idea I was watching, honest.
How do you know she didn't know you were watching?
Because the look on her face. She wouldn't say what she saw out of revenge. She wouldn't tell me what she was seeing because she was getting back at us for sending her away.
Darling, you gotta stop this. She is using you and using me. I'm not gonna go out there for her anymore. I'm through believing her. I'm through believing in her. We have to start believing in us again. Soon.
I'm waiting, Bernardo. Everything was fine until I started talking about getting married. Then the next thing I know, you're out the door.
Vanessa, excuse me, there's a small transaction I have to take care of.
Oh, sure, more family business.
Actually, he's on the level this time. He bought the bar from ТиДжея this afternoon.
Bernardo bought a nightclub, and he didn't even tell me about it? Was that your idea?
Don't look at me. I tried to talk him out of it.
Here you go.
10% down, we'll nail the rest in a few weeks.
Excellent. Okay, did you put that in escrow for me? And also, here's my card with my number on it in case you need to reach me for any final papers signing or anything like that.
And I have your home number, TJ.
Oh, no, it doesn't count anymore. I took your advice on greener pastures, counselor. I'm blowing this down.
Where are you heading?
Palm Springs.
Everybody, I'd like to introduce you to Phyllis. She's got a beautiful little bungalow down in Palm Springs she wants me to take a look at.
All 12 bedrooms. You ready, Tommy? Tommy?
Oh, yeah, well, TJ stands for Thomas Jefferson Daniels. I don't think I ever told you guys that.
Really? How appropriate. Well, the best of luck, Tommy.
Thanks, man. It's been real. Eddie, good luck, mate. Yeah. Thanks, man. Okay. Bye, baby. Go.
See you later.
Bye.
A pleasure, Phyllis.
Bye, Tommy.
So long.
Take care.
Ooh.
I don't believe this. You make one of the biggest decisions of your life, and I have to find out about it from Gina? Didn't you think you should at least talk to me first before putting down that type of money?
Vanessa, we're not married yet.
Well, I can fix that. And then my brothers Guido and Pino.
Yeah.
Hey, Tagliati. Long time no see.
Wait a minute. Who are these guys?
Limo service. Figure every wedding needs a limo for the bride and groom.
Wedding?
Wedding?
Wedding.
His secret. I don't know. He said something about she wants to keep her personal life and her public life separate. But I think it's very strange, but that's not what shocked me the most.
Why? What else?
He thinks she's in Europe. She told him that she is actually in Rome writing this book.
Rome? Yeah. Well, that is strange. Oh, Mama, we'll have to finish this when you get back. I gotta go.
All right, listen, I'm gonna catch a plane tonight, and I'll call you when I get in, okay?
Bye. Veuve Clicquot. Isn't this Mama's favorite?
Well, darling, I'm not trying to create the past. This is a different vintage. It's a different year, different woman.
Daddy, how do you know she's right for you?
I don't. Don't I have the privilege to find out myself? But you're going to be happy for me.
I am. I love seeing you so excited. I just don't want it to be followed by a letdown if Megan isn't what you think she is.
You let me find out myself, okay?
Boy, how long since we went in the ocean at night? Wasn't it cold?
It was fun. Except for the Jaws part. That's not funny, honey.
I feel like a new man.
You are a new man. I've never known you to give up your position in a lawsuit.
Maybe we should make this a tradition.
What?
Every time we have a case together, we should come back here to make our peace.
Well, now that you're a new man, we won't have to. Probably won't have any more arguments. No more differences of opinion. Just a beautiful collaboration. Two finely honed legal minds working perfectly and perfectly. Nah.
Maybe there's another reason, too.
What?
Keeping Sandre here was a way of not talking about something that we haven't talked about since I came home.
And what is that?
What we do if we don't find our baby.
We're gonna find our baby.
I know. And most of the time I do believe that, but I think we have to consider the alternative.
I don't feel like doing that right now.
Listen, you're the one who said we have to start believing in us, you know, and us means you and me. And maybe one day that'll mean you, me, and the baby. But we have to know that we can exist without her. Sweetheart, you hear those stories about people who lose a child and the relationship is never the same. It's like they've experienced something so magical, so intense, that it's all that they can focus on. And then, when they lose the child, it's like everything that they are just disappears. And I'll be honest with you, I don't want that to happen to us.
It's not gonna happen to us. Sweetie, it's not gonna happen. If we have to give up this search someday, then we will. I was in love with you before you became Adriana's mommy. That's never gonna change.
I love you. I love you so much.
Maybe there's something on the woman in Canada. Hello?
Did Eden tell you?
Oh, for the love of God, will you give it up?
I had an image, Cruz. Eden could tell that I saw something.
It doesn't matter. Don't you get it? We have chosen not to need you.
I wanted so much to keep it from you because I wanted you to suffer the way that I have, but I couldn't. I know how much you love Adriana. I'll be at the Lair in a half hour. And I'll tell you everything, and then you'll never see me again.
There was no accident down the street.
What?
You said that somebody had been hit by a car. What the hell's going on?
I'm sorry. I was wrong. I'm sorry.
Hey.
Imagine to survive, you must commit a murder. Imagine only one woman can save you.
I'm lying, I'm dying.
Quantum Leap tonight.
Nice!
Hey, this is my house. You don't push people around in my house.
She's got a big mouth, this one, don't she?
Maybe she just doesn't understand why the wedding has to be here.
We already told you that, Tagliati. Vanessa came here looking for you. When she couldn't find you, she left the wedding dress and a veil upstairs. So we had to come back here so she could make herself nice for the ceremony.
Yeah, and we figured this place is as good as any for a wedding. You got a very nice home here, lady. Very elegant.
Well, you don't know how much that means to me. I mean, especially coming from you. You make me sick.
Me? Why? I didn't start this.
Oh, don't act so innocent, Bunny. Come on. Two brothers come after you. They force you to marry their sister. What does that mean? It means one thing and one thing only.
No, it doesn't mean that. It doesn't mean that at all.
You should have taken care of her, Bunny. You should have. She didn't know. She didn't know any better. She'd never been with a man before. How could you?
You guys, could you just give us a minute alone while Vanessa's getting ready? You can wait right outside the door. We're not going to go anywhere as long as you have these things.
Okay, but no tricks, Tagliati. Your Uncle Mario wouldn't like it. You wouldn't like it one little bit.
You gotta make it sound like I got her pregnant. I'm not in enough trouble as it is, for crying out loud.
Well, she is pregnant, isn't she?
No! Give me a break, Gina.
Then why are her brothers staring at us after over 2 sawed-off shotguns?
That's a family matter. Gina, I'm sorry. I should have told you a long time ago.
Told me what?
This all started because my Uncle Mario, he wanted to do me a favor. He knew I cared a lot about you, and he wanted to help me out a little, get rid of the competition.
What competition?
Sonny. You were going to marry Sonny, and I was going to lose you forever, so he hired Vanessa's grandfather, Lyle DeFranco, to take care of things.
What?
Yeah.
Your Uncle Mario. He's the one that was behind the attempted hit on Sonny?
Gina, I begged him not to go through with it. I tried to do everything. He wouldn't stop. Then I catch Lyle DeFranco. It starts a war between the Tagliatis and the DeFrancos. Uncle Mario decides the only way to stop the war is to set up a marriage between the two families. Me and Vanessa.
I don't believe this. You and your family have ruined everything I worked so hard for.
Wait a minute. I tried to save Sonny's life. I did save Sonny's life. I could have gotten killed. Ow!
That is for lying to me. And that's to wish you many happy years with your new bride.
You have to understand, Megan, you have only yourself to blame.
What?
See, you have a way of saying things, you see. That's probably why your work sells so well. Everything you say has a ring of truth to it. and you can't get it out of your head. So I thought, and the more I thought, the more I knew I had to come back here tonight.
What is this brilliant thing I said?
C.C. Capwell gets what he wants.
Please join me.
No, thank you. I'm here for Eden. She wants to know what you saw.
Don't you?
It depends on what it is.
I saw 1,000 grains of sand. And the salt of my tears blending with the ocean waves. I saw myself alone for the rest of my life, used and thrown away. Can't we say goodbye, Cruz? I don't want to be bitter. I know it's over now. I finally know that. But I did help you. Can't we please just acknowledge that once and for all and wish each other well?
I really don't see the point.
I need you to set me free, Cruz. Don't you understand that if we end it this way, I'll never be able to let go? I just want one toast to the good things, to the hope that I gave you when you thought there was no hope. Please. And I'm gone forever.
Keeps you informed with an in-depth look at the people and events that touch your life. For the complete news picture, watch NBC Nightly News.
And later, Ted Danson of Cheers joins the fun of the Jim Henson Hour. A dazzling inventive variety hour, says the New York Daily News. We think you'll agree the Jim Henson Hour is Muppets of fun. Then take a leap back into time with a cast of characters on Quantum Leap. One giant step for television, one great hour of Quantum Leap for you. Followed by the premiere of Dream Street tonight.